some fun facts about him that I want to shout out is that Ron and I, he's one of my oldest friends. And what I mean by that is that when I first got out of grad school, he's like one of the first people in my tribe. And we met because our schools were showcasing together when we were getting our MFA in acting. We actually literally met backstage when our schools were showcasing together. And it was like, hey, how are you? How you doing? I'm Ron, I'm Cherry. And then let me go do my scene, right? And we've been friends ever since. So that's a fun fact about him that you guys may not know. And that's how long I've known him, back in the day, back in the, how many years ago, I'm not gonna say. And another fun fact about Ron is that he was a software development engineer. And that's what he was doing before he went to school to get his MFA and before he really got into the producing and the acting. And so he comes from a technological background, which is really cool for me and for him and for me to find out about him. And so that's something I actually didn't know when I first met him. But then over time, when we got to know each other, when he told me that, I was just mesmerized and inspired by that this man wanted to still pursue acting, even though he had this technical background, which I find it's like he's followed his love and his dream. And I used to dog sit for him when he would travel a lot back in the day. And he had this beautiful Rottweiler named Brutus. And one thing I wanted to say about Brutus that I loved is that we used to go for these amazingly long walks in Central Park and just have a good time. And one time while we were out, the power went out. It was during the blackout of New York City. And I had to bring him home, and I tried to take him up the stairs, and he wouldn't go. And so and every time I see Ron, I talk to Ron, I think about this moment because here is this beautiful Rottweiler dog that I cannot lift up. I'm like, Brutus, I had to bribe him to get up these stairs because the elevator wasn't working. And I was like, Brutus, come on, please. And he just sat there and looked at me with this look. He was not having it. But eventually I got him up the stairs. I got him into the apartment. I had to bribe him with a cookie, 2 cookies. I gave him 2 cookies. And then he wouldn't talk to me for the rest of the night. I tried to talk to him. I tried to pet him. I tried to call him into the room, and he just looked at me like I was crazy. And I was like, Brutus, the blackout is not my fault. But that's just one of my beautiful memories about Ron and the relationship that we have. So I just wanted to share that a little bit with you, that Brutus was not having it with me. He was mad at me. He wouldn't talk to me till the next morning until I fed him breakfast. That's how mad he was. And this is why I love dogs, because they will let you know. But anyway, with that said, and the fun facts out of the way, and a memory that I'll cherish to this day about Ron, my relationship with him, I want to bring on Ron Simons, who's an amazing actor and producer and Broadway commercial producer. So with that said, let's all bring on Ron Simons.